everybody. Happy Sunday. We're back for more wrestling talk. It's the Illuminati Wrestling Order Show. I'm your girl, Jay. I am here with Pumps. Nate dissed this week. No, I'm just kidding. Nate had some family stuff he had to deal with, so he will be back with us when he returns. So send him your good vibes. But you got us. You got me. You got Pumps. We're going to talk, of course, today's WWE Payback, back-to-back pay-per-views. We're going to talk a little New Japan. And, I'm going to try not to rant so much like last week because I kind of was going over the top with it. But before we get all that, I'm going to bring in our guy, Pumps. Pumps, what's the good word for today on a Sunday?
This week's wrestling is over. Yay!
We made it.
We're 1 week closer to AEW. Yay!
Woo! So 1 week closer, we made it through another week, and we're going to talk about tonight's Payback pay-per-view to kick off the show. And what's crazy to me, it's far better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, shockingly.
I really thought it was going to be garbage, but it was pretty cool. We'll talk about some of the matches, and on a grade from A to F, what do you give tonight's Payback pay-per-view? Uh-oh, did I lose?
Yeah, I think we had a. But what'd you say? I didn't hear what you said.
I'm sorry. What do you give to what grade do you give tonight's show from A to F range? What do you give WWE's Payback pay-per-view tonight?
C+. I didn't hate it. It was B-, C+. Better than I thought it was going to be, but that's not saying much. So yeah.
Not bad. You're a tough audience. You're a tough audience. Let us know.
I don't know that it's tough. I don't feel like there was anything of substance really other than the main event.
Yeah, true. But there were some matches that stood out. For those of you in the comments who are tuned in, thank you, welcome, good to see you. As always, keep the chat lit and let us know. Give us a grade for WWE Payback tonight. Let us know A through F range. If you want to break down why you gave it that grade, that's cool too. And we're going to talk about the show. So let's talk about, what do we want to start with? The high points or the low points? Should we start with the high points or the low points and work our way back?
Yeah, we'll start low and work our way to the top, I guess. Get it out of the way.
Okay. Well, low for me, easily the worst match on the card was the Iconics and Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan. And it pains me to say that because I really love the Iconics. I think they are so cute. They're funny. They're both really good on the mic, especially Billie Kay. But man, they're just hot, but they're not good in the ring. Like, they have no arsenal of heavy duty ring moves like some of the other ladies in the ring. What did you think of the ladies' match tonight, Pumps?
Yeah, there's a whole lot of sizzle and no steak with those two, which sucks because I enjoy them too. I mean, I have their chalk line jacket, but oof, it's tough watching them in the ring.
I know. It just always
But I don't know what you do with them.
They always work with a little bit of fear. I mean, I think you almost have to make them completely like a comedy, like a clown act, because they don't really do a whole lot. And y'all don't kill me in the comments about talking about the Iconics. I love them. I think
they're great.
They're dope. But ladies, little less CrossFit, maybe a little bit more time in the Performance Center. Peyton's married to a wrestler. She's married to Perfect 10. So
yeah, Shawn Spears.
They haven't talked more about what's going on. Billie Kay has her own personal life, but they've been at it since they were young. And I would hate to think they were just like, a gratuitous addition just because they're both really cute and they're both from Australia. So I don't know. I feel
it kind of looks that way.
I know. It sucks, but
they're the throwback divas in the worst way possible.
Yes, that is actually perfect. I think of what, when Paige used to complain when she used to do her best shoots and she used to say how everybody just was pretty and they were whack. And that's why they needed her. And that's kind of what we got going on here. By far the worst match. And what really sucks is I thought Liv Morgan was doing some good stuff. Ruby Riott was okay, but I thought Liv Morgan was really, really good tonight. But the bad was so bad that it made her good look like nothing because there was no counter to it, no yin and yang to make her look dope. So that sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. It's what can you say at this point? There's good ladies wrestling, and then there's this. I don't. It wasn't Brandy bad, but it was pretty close.
Yeah, yeah.
So
There was a few misses and a few spots that were a bit off, but it even really makes me wonder what the hell is going on in the performance center because they have a lot of staff down there. When you watch the Raw show and you see them, well, they're doing it in the dome now, the Thunderdome, whatever. But the regular Raw show, when the staff used to be around the ring, adding the noise and the ambiance, it's clear they've got a lot of people in development in NXT or whatever. There's nobody that they can pull up to even for a good squash. You know, I'm okay with a good squash if it looks good, but clearly
and what were they doing when they were gone? They were gone for a while. So were they just gone?
they weren't doing nothing.
I mean, they weren't working out in the ring.
No,
But
they were just, Peyton was getting married and buying another house, and Billy Kay was doing Bill things, and they're not party girls, they're not drinkers. I learned that about them from watching the Total Divas. Like they're nice, they're really hot, nice, wholesome girls.
yeah,
So I don't know what to do with them, but I hope they do something because they're great on the mic. If they could just a little bit more ring performance, it would be amazing. So definite low point. Definite low point for me.
yeah, it wasn't great.
But on the high point, the other oh wait, let me see. Any other low points? The Ben's opener was cool, I guess, on the pre-show with
Yeah,
Flo and Bobby Lashley and all of those guys. The what are they called? The Hurt Business.
yes,
Their little faction. There's things they can do there if they're juggling around the belt and now Bobby has it. It gets something for Apollo. They can gang up on him and beat him up and kind of drag it out and really build it into a storyline. It makes way for them to do something with Cedric and Ricochet or bring other guys into the factions to make it a little more interesting. So
yeah. I mean, if Apollo teams up with Cedric and Ricochet to go after the Hurt Business, I'd watch that too. That'd be good. But
that's some great talent for sure.
absolutely.
I don't know why the three of them aren't together anyway, because they're all flippity and flipping
Yeah.
all over the damn ring anyway. So,
Yeah.
they're like small, medium, large versions of each other. So why not put them together? They could do some dope stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be worth the price of admission for sure.
Yeah.
But they probably won't do it. So
They won't. That makes too much sense. And
right.
And then that leaves our boy Mustafa Ali out in the cold too, because they like to pair him with Cedric or keep him with the smaller guys, 205 sized guys. So they brought him back just to put him. They need to do something with him too. He
should have been the hacker. It made too much sense.
Did they ever even say who the hacker was?
No.
Stupid. Another storyline. Another dead end storyline, like the damn poisoning of Montez Ford, the hacker. Unless they're going to bring it back full circle and whoever's the hacker poisoned Montez, that'd be pretty cool. But I don't know who I would hang that on. It would have to be somebody who's really good. Like it'd have to be like Kevin Owens or Sami Zayn. Maybe it's Sami Zayn.
Could be.
That'd be good. Sami likes to raise hell over there. So make him the hacker and the poisoner. But I don't know why he would poison Montez.
I don't know. I don't know his interest in the Raw tag team division, but
I don't know. Maybe it's a ploy. If we could write it, it's a ploy because he wants to get Kevin Owens' attention again, and he wants Kevin to be a bad guy, but Kevin's like a face now, and he wants to turn his back on his old dastardly ways.
Sure.
There it is.
I'm up for anything at this point.
You heard it here at Matt. It gives some semblance of a storyline.
Yeah.
So that was the low points of tonight's matches. High points of tonight's matches. Let's start with, let me see. We can start with the women since I'm not ranting as much this week. If you watch the show, we had Bayley and Sasha against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. And of course, sorry, spoiler alert, Sasha and Bayley dropped the belts. Oh boy, big shocker.
Surprise.
Didn't know that was going to happen. Ooh. 2 weekends in a row, Sasha gets the shaft. But if you watch this show, I'm very keen on Shayna Baszler. So I'm not even too mad that Shayna picked up the belt. I got love for Nia Jax. I just worry that she's going to injure someone. But I got tremendous love for her, and I like Shayna Baszler. So if they were going to drop the belts to anybody, who knows? Maybe that's a tag team we always needed that we just didn't know. What do you think about the women's match?
I thought it was great. I mean, yeah, it was. I think it was great. I think it was telling that most of Nia's time was spent selling.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, I don't understand why she was celebrating like she just won WrestleMania after she's been a multiple world champ.
I think they are just trying to make her like a complete asshole. Because I went to tag her in a tweet, and her Twitter's gone.
Oh, okay.
So they wrote it into the story something like when she got fined by WWE for her behavior, she had to get rid of her social media account. So they're framing it something like that, but I don't know. The only time Nia was pretty good tonight, the only time I was really worried is when she was flinging Sasha against the
Yes.
outside the ring.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, please don't give her a concussion. Like, please, she's a very tiny lady. Like, she's tough. Sasha can't be more than 120 pounds soaking wet. She's very petite. And I just, please don't hurt her.
Right. Yeah, we need something to look forward. We need some sort of payoff.
I know.
Soon.
I mean, her style is already aggressive enough, with the way she fights and jumps off of things and rolls around and all the things she does. We don't need her getting hurt on just like a stupid ass outside of the ring distraction. Yeah. But Bayley was getting down tonight. Bayley was terrific.
Yes.
And she was always good, but I feel like she is really in her lane. And
she is locked into this role 100%. Yeah.
Oh, at this point, when you look at her evolution, granted she didn't get the benefit of being punched in the face with the bloody, the bloody face shot. But
right.
What do you think of her, kind of evolution now as a heel compared to Becky Lynch's evolution when she did her full heel turn? And but the bloody face thing helped her a lot. But what do you think?
Becky was the benefit of a moment, and I think Bayley was the benefit of just good character progression.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that that Becky couldn't handle it and didn't do a good job in her role, but her act got old quickly.
Very, the man.
Right. And Bayley has had constant heat and great matches and great on the mic, and she's just steadily been at a level that I don't think Becky's the man was at all.
There was really nowhere to go with it because the whole thing was like with the Fiend. When you're the man, no one's supposed to be able to beat the man.
Right.
As compared to Bayley's character, as she is now, if she loses, she can go throw a tantrum and she could talk shit and she could be a bitch and she can whine. And Becky's character couldn't really do that because she's the man. So anything less than that would be diminishing to her image. So kudos to Triple B because she is fantastic.
Yeah, she's definitely one of the best right now.
I'm happy to see it. I remember when I was on this whole crusade a couple years ago, like, please make Bayley a heel, make her a heel. I think she would be so good because it's so counter to who she is or who she portrays herself to be. And everyone kept saying they will never make her a heel. Do you know how many kids love her and the merch? I'm like, okay.
I'm shocked they did it too. I really am surprised, but good for her.
I love it.
Yeah. But her matches with Nia, like, they have a history because back the NXT that I fell in love with was that whole crop was the Bayley Nia feud and all that. So I mean, they've had good matches.
Yeah.
So
that foursome tonight worked really well together.
Yes.
Like, keep that feud going, this tag thing going. They could even put a pin in right now, Bayley and Sasha flipping on each other because they all performed so well with each other tonight, with the continuity, with the originality of the moves, the variety of the moves. It wasn't like a match with 10,000 spears or 10,000 suplexes. Even the tap out was interesting and cool.
Yeah, that was a great finishing spot.
Who knew? Who knew that was?
Who would have thought?
Shayna freaking Baszler.
Yeah, good job. Bravo.
Thank you for giving her kudos and her moment because she deserves it. She's very, very talented. And it was done in a way that was still true to who she was. They didn't like switch her up and have her coming out with a weave and trying to make her sexy. She just came out like her normal badass self and fuck, it was on and cracking.
Yeah.
So kudos to them. But
I mean, those two are a believable pairing,
mm-hmm.
and good luck trying to beat them.
See, what I fear is they're just gonna go. Oh, I hate the thought of maybe them going over the top with them and like sending them out to just brutalize people or showing up at the fight club. Like that's too much. That's just
Yeah.
too much. Like they just need to walk around talking shit and popping up like when Sasha and Bailey have other matches, like being some trolls and popping up ringside and talking mess and waving the belts and maybe doing some social media stuff, but don't have them doing retarded things where they're showing up at the fight club whipping everybody's ass because that becomes unbelievable.
Yeah, that's not what they need to be doing. I mean, if they're going to be moving forward with Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan as a team with whatever horrible name they were trying to come up with,
Ugh.
I mean, that's a match I'd watch though.
Just call them the Riot Squad. Just keep it as it is. They need to maybe, or even just repackage them. If they don't want to call them the Riot Squad because it's Ruby's name, marinate on it. Let them have some time. Come up with a new name. Come up with new music. I see they had their little matching outfits tonight. That was cute. And, give them a whole new packaging. Decide what they're going to be. Are they heels? Are they faces? Are they down for each other? Do they fully trust each other? Maybe there still needs to be a little bit of, I don't really trust this bitch. Like maybe there needs to still be a little bit of that in the mix, but I don't know. That could be cool and interesting. And because somebody has to do something because the Iconics are not doing it. And
Well, it seems like they're also making room in the women's tag division because like Alexa Bliss is now doing whatever she's doing, and you know what I mean. So it seems like they're making room.
whenever Bliss starts doing stuff like that, and we're going to talk about that match too, whenever she starts doing a little weirdo sideline stuff, it makes me think she's injured and it makes me sad because she gets injured too.
Yeah.
And so just her twirling her hair and not Alexa Bliss not being involved in a pay-per-view in some capacity, not at least taking a bump from the Fiend or something. So it makes me wonder if she's injured again. But all in all,
she's in that hot new relationship. You never know. She might be going away for 9 months.
I hope God. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to hate, but Ryan Guerrero is substantially, well, maybe he's not that much older than her because she's not that young, but she is a youngin. And he really looks old.
I wouldn't say it's 10 years, but it's probably close.
Yeah, that's such a strange, well, you know what? It makes sense. She's from Ohio too, like the Miz. And in a sense, they probably all went home for quarantine. And he probably was like, hey, we're gonna be at my parents' house. Come kick it with me and Maurice. All my friends are gonna be there. And next thing you know, you can't control what the heart wants. And right now it's an R&B guy.
Good for you.
Way to go, Blissy Bliss. Way to go. So that was pretty dope. Kudos to the ladies. You did a great job tonight. Very proud of you. Love to see it. I'm going to have to get me some gear. I'm going to have to find me some new ladies gear. I need to see what Sasha's got. I don't own, as much as I cape for Sasha, I don't have any Sasha Banks gear because I've never liked her gear.
It's not great.
It's not like, who is designing their stuff over there? It's so rare to get good, really dope looking gear from the WWE store. Like the best gear that we have, my daughter has an Asuka shirt that I like that has like the mask, not the current version of Asuka, but like her old mask. Mm-hmm. She has a Seth Rollins, not Monday Night Messiah Rollins, old Rollins, one of Seth's incarnations. My kid has one of those. I have an Alexa Bliss shirt that I really liked, the Harley Quinn kind of looking one.
Yeah, the Twisted Bliss one or whatever. Yeah.
Twisted Bliss. And then I have the Usos, not their current shirt, but the one right before with their dual faces. I like that.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, that's a good shirt. But the rest of them, there's so many people I like, but their gear is just really, like even Becky Lynch. I didn't even like any of her gear.
No. Their merch is their shirt game is so hit or miss. And I mean, I feel like that's why like the stuff that Clothesline Apparel is doing with AEW, and anything on Pro Wrestling Tees that just sort of isn't in that bubble is just so far ahead of whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
You know,
Like
I mean, like this is a Dalton Castle shirt from his gimmick in Chikara. Like he put that out himself. Like WWE's not doing that. So
I mean, I'd even look at like Cedric. You know, shout out to Cedric. We'll have to get him back on the show again. His gear was just terrible.
Yeah.
Like really terrible, and that's my homie. So I'm like, I have to design my own gear, or maybe they're gonna get him a new push. I'm still trying to see what they're gonna do with his character. I tried to be slick and say, hey, Ced, so are you gonna get some new gear before or after your heel turn? I'm still on red.
You're still on red. Silence.
I'm still on red. But again, so switching over to the men, let's talk about the men's main event tonight. We've got The Fiend, we've got Bray Wyatt, and then later into the night, Roman Reigns makes his triumphant return back to action. But can I just say this? I've said it for the second week in a row. Bray Wyatt's intro is so good. It's excellent with the lights and the pulsating and incorporating his old Fireflies kind of deal. Like, I don't know if he created it all himself, but his intro is excellent, and he needs to help his coworkers out, because the only other intros that I like as much as Bray Wyatt's currently is Sheamus. I'm always going to like Sheamus's intro. That was always a hot intro to me. Yeah, I mean, other than that, I like Bayley and Sasha's combined intro. It's cool. But Bray, that is excellent. Not like Matt Riddle's flying flip-flop. So much. It's so stupid.
Corbin had a good entrance tonight.
Oh, yeah. Corbin was cool. Man, I actually was rooting for Corbin tonight.
I know. 2020. They make us root for Nia Jax and Baron Corbin.
I would have never had that on my 2020 wrestling bingo, that I would ever root for Baron Corbin under any circumstances, because he drives me flipping crazy. But tonight, I was like, please whip this surfer boy's ass. Like, please. Just alone on the intro with the flying flip-flops, with the 3D. I hate when they do. It's so
And he gets pyro for it, too.
Pyro and a flip-flop. Nothing says excitement like a floating flip-flop. But, you know, what did you think of their match?
I think the best part was my text in the group chat that he's worried about ring rats and not ringworm. Really, that's about all I got for those two.
I'm not even like an OCD germy type of person, like just super, like, don't touch me. I'm not even that person. You know, I'm a tomboy. I grew up with 4 brothers. Like, it's nothing to me to kill a bug or walk around my house in bare feet. Like, I don't care nothing about that. But, a ring, I mean, it's different now because there's no crowd. Can you imagine him doing a match and, you know, he has to walk out? Like, he might walk in with slippers, but he's not getting off the match, getting out the ring. Let me put my slippers on.
Yeah, no, the flops are gone. He kicks them into the crowd. So he's walking back barefoot.
With beer and spit and food, and just the idea of that makes me want to hurl. But I mean, that's his. I wouldn't even want him. Would you want him to kick you in the face or drop kick you with those things?
Yep.
Oh, that's just so nasty. Like, in the locker room. Because if he has that comfort level walking to the ring, I imagine in the locker room, he's probably walking around barefoot too. Oh my God. I'd probably have to wear 2 pairs of shoes in the locker room.
Yeah. No, thank you. I'm out.
So, you know, whatever for their match. But
no, I've never been on the Riddle train, even when he was on NXT. I don't get it. I don't feel any connection to it.
I don't even understand it at all. Like, is it supposed to be a clown act? Is he a serious? Like, I don't get it. I can't get behind, bro.
Yeah.
It's your intro and expect that you're gonna come whip some ass. Like, I just can't get into it.
Yeah, I can't take a dude in flip flops seriously.
Bro, put some shoes on, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
It did make me laugh though. The bro to sleep. The bro to sleep.
Yeah, I'll give him that. I'll give him that.
What he could do with it. I mean, maybe it needs some fine tuning. I wish he'd cut his hair. Like, I just don't get the whole look at all.
Yeah, I don't get it. I mean, the best comparison I heard was Spicoli from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Huh? Maybe they should, you know what maybe they should do like you've got Lacey Evans who doesn't really have anything going. I'm real bored with her Southern Belle thing. Maybe make her like look like Gidget or something and do like this surfer kid
Oh,
thing.
do like that'd be, yeah.
Like they come carrying like surfboards out and stuff, and they do
Like super camp. Come out in like a Woody station wagon.
they could be some, you know what? They would make way better heels because then
Just
they
camp it up, all polka dots. Yes, I'm
people
with it.
surfboards. You know, they could throw sand in people's faces.
Absolutely. Yes. Come with a cooler. Whack somebody with a cooler.
That would make way more sense. You know, maybe little swag Jack from Stone Cold, have them some beers or whatever. They don't have to do the whole, you know, like Stone Cold, but I mean, make it like a beach blanket bingo kind of move because I don't know, I don't understand it, and Lacey's not doing nothing. So put them
Yeah.
together. She's really cute. He's really cute. Put them together, and maybe they might have something there.
And don't let him talk.
At all, ever,
At all.
ever. He's just not. I don't know. Sorry, Matt Riddle. We're not trying to kill you, but we just don't get your gimmick. Sorry.
Yeah, and I can't even say I'm sure you're a nice guy because from what I've heard, you're not. Speaking out.
So you know, he had his match. Okay, cool. You won. Great.
Yeah.
Biggie did well tonight. You know, I enjoyed him. He did good. You know, Booker T is still hating and saying he's not like a singles champ. Like, but then
What was his beef with Corey Graves? I didn't understand the Big E Corey Graves beef. What was that all about?
I think it's a work. Like, I think it's all part stemming from like the Miz on the Talking Smack episode recently, where he and the Miz are talking about, you know, just work hard and pull yourself up by your own bootstraps kind of thing. And I think Corey is just being his natural heel self, and like, you know, the Miz is right. He needs to just be more serious and pull himself up. So, you know, I think it's just a work. I
Because
think
when he was serious and he was with AJ Lee, what was he doing then? Oh, same thing, Intercontinental Champ, mid card.
exactly. So, you know, why not? Shit. The New Day's out. Kofi's injured. Woods is injured. I mean, half of the roster is still, a lot of the roster is still gone due to COVID. Why not? You know, run with it. See what Big E can do.
Yeah.
Who is the Intercontinental Champion right now?
Nakamura? No, Jeff Hardy.
That's right. He just won it like last week or so. I was watching tonight and I knew Apollo was a US champion, but I could not wrap around like who the hell.
Or no, I think Hardy dropped it on SmackDown.
Really?
Like, I think like 2 days ago he dropped it on SmackDown. I think.
Well,
I don't know.
I tried to watch SmackDown, but there's always stuff I was having like a little. Remember? So my bad. I had a little invitation to be on the screen at SmackDown on Friday, but I ended up having some unexpected company. We got to barbecuing and drinking, and you know, my company is not a wrestling fan, so needless to say, that was low on the list of priorities for us to watch. So
SmackDown's a hard sell for us, and we're fans. So try to sell it to somebody who's not into wrestling.
Nah.
You
know what else I hate about it too? We're on the West Coast where Fox is pretty much headquartered, and we get it on delay.
Really?
Yeah, it doesn't. We don't get SmackDown live here. We get it on delay. If you want to watch it live, you got to watch it online, which is we're probably like the biggest market. How's our play? But
I mean, I'm in Central Time, and I get them on live, so they just come on at 7 to 8.
So whack. But so back to the guys tonight. So we got Keith Lee getting a clean win over Randy Orton. No shenanigans, no ring interference, no cheating. So kudos to Keith because wow, Randy put somebody over. Power to the people.
Yeah, good for him.
Yay, Randy. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
I salute you. And he was selling the hell out of it. I'm like, Randy is working tonight. He's looking fearful and intimidated. He's flip-flopping out of the Randy's big ass is flip flopping out of the ring, but next to Keith Lee, he looked like a 205 guy. He was
Yeah.
small.
Yeah, he must really think highly of Keith Lee to do that for him.
Yeah.
So that's good. If somebody who's been there 15 years or whatever gets, the stamp of approval, gives him the stamp of approval, then all right. So
let me find out Randy in the locker room playing the Migos and stuff, and he's that dude in the locker room all this time. We had Randy Orton, Miss Judge. She's just been down for the culture and all.
Maybe stranger things have happened. We cheered for Baron Corbin tonight. I don't know.
Exactly. And I'm trying to find a way to get Lacey Evans on my screen, so
we're booking gimmicks for Lacey Evans and Matt Riddle. I don't know what's going on right now.
Look, let me WWE speak directly to you, WWE. Just like PayPal me like a couple $100. I will send you a whole list of possible ideas that you could try with your current talent that I think they will buy into. So, hit me up. My PayPal is labuffj7@gmail. So, PayPal me $200. Make sure I know it's WWE funds, and I'm gonna holler at you. I got a whole notebook here that I could get it cracking for you. So let me know what you need, because what you got ain't it. And I'm sure my rate is much cheaper than the people you got on staff.
Yeah, you're probably charging a lot less than Bruce.
Hell yeah. Bruce ain't even checking text messages for $200.
No.
So, hey, they need to.
What was that model in the 90s? I don't get out of bed for less than 10 grand.
Yeah. Shit.
Kate Moss or something like that.
There you go.
Sure, let's say it was her.
Little tiny Kate Moss, little shorty doo-wop. But hey, $200, and if you want me to go into more detail, then you have to pay me a little bit more. But I'll at least, shoot you a couple fair ones for a couple $100.
Yeah. 200 will get you the outline of the angle. If you want the meat and potatoes, the rate goes up.
I'm gonna hang my head on this one just so you can go. How'd you like Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio tonight there, Pops?
I wanted to hate it, but I didn't. I wanted to hate it, but I didn't.
I would grill Nate up tonight if he was in here.
Yeah.
Stand it. But they were getting down a little bit.
Yeah.
Family and Seth and Buddy, and that was a nice little match. Dominic has way more in his chest of moves than I ever gave him credit for. He was walking on the ropes. He was did he RKO, or he was doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, they were doing all kinds of stuff.
He was cool. I like that he's doing of course they were gonna let him do the 619, but I like it better when he did it kind of on the bottom rope and catapulted Seth out of the ring, or Buddy out of the ring. But I did find it interesting they didn't let him pin Seth.
Oh, really?
He got
Buddy. Yeah, of course Buddy was eating that pin. Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of funny to me, because if the whole intention is to put him over, why wouldn't you have Seth do it? Randy put Keith over. Seth wasn't putting no Dominic Mysterio over tonight, though.
Yeah, I think Randy is a lot less likely to be like, well, that doesn't work for me, Vince, than, I don't know.
You know what occurred to me tonight?
What's that?
I haven't seen not a single pregnant Becky Lynch picture. Not one.
I haven't been looking, so I'll take your word for it.
I've been looking because I'm nosy like that, but not one. So that Vince is going to give us like a 3-hour mega movie.
It's going to be on the network.
Man, we're going to see her full.
Yeah.
Coming out. We're probably going to full.
Well, that was the joke that Triple H always said, was that if Vince had it his way, he'd sell tickets to Stephanie's.
Shit, I bet you there's some video out there that they edited professionally, and she probably said, absolutely not. But I don't know. I think they've got Seth and Becky so deeply enfolded into the cult. We gonna see the rush to the hospital. We gonna see the pregnancy test. We gonna see them going to the coffee shop to let their friends know. We're going to see them wheel into the hospital. We're going to get a whole, hell, probably a series.
Oh yeah, it'll be like The Last Ride. It'll be like Becky Lynch, the first pregnancy, or something.
The baby's going to come out with a title belt on.
They'll have it in a onesie immediately.
Just put the belt on the baby. It's all right. Just put it on the baby. It's good. We're good. But good match. Bringing it back to Seth and the Mysterio family. Good match. We're gonna see what do you do with Dominic Mysterio at this point? They got the win that they wanted. We had 2 back-to-back pay-per-views that they were featured in. Now, where do you even put Dominic? Where do you work him into the rotation now on Raw? Like, is he main eventing every night at Raw? Like, you can't mid-card him. He beat Seth Rollins. Well, he beat
Buddy Murphy.
Buddy Murphy. What would you do with him at this point?
I don't know. I mean, I don't want him in that spot, but if he's has to be there, I guess maybe, yeah, let him chase the U.S. But then he's in there with the Hurt Business. Tag team titles. There you go. Street Profits.
I think that the Street Profits thing is coming to an end. Their thing with Zelina Vega's little faction there. I think that
Garza and Andrade.
Andrade's Charlotte's man, so he's not going to be in that spot for much longer. They're going to have to give him some type of title push just because his woman is Charlotte. Because when Charlotte gets back, they are not leaving. It's going to be something with her and Bayley because they can't let things be for too long without bringing Charlotte into the mix, just like they brought Roman Reigns back tonight. So I don't know. Maybe it's going to be something with Angel Garza. Maybe they'll have a little Latino feud, but because there's really no one else to put him in with, because they're going to take Andrade out of that mix, or
unless you kick him to NXT.
Nah. If they got him wrestling Seth on the pay-per-view, he ain't going to NXT. They're keeping him on the main roster. Yeah. But I don't know what they do with him. They have to keep him. I don't even think he needs his dad at this point. He was pretty cool. He could probably stand on his own. Ray could have a couple nights off and
I feel like this is probably Ray's last hurrah because he's one more injury away from done.
Yeah.
So whatever your plans are, do it now.
They got to pull the trigger and, make a serious move on Dominic Mysterio. But I'm going to ease up a little bit on Dominic Mysterio because you were pretty good tonight, I must say.
I will say this. I think it's very telling that he was in there with a Hall of Famer, a multiple-time world heavyweight champion, and a hell of a hand in Buddy Murphy. So I don't want to go too crazy with praising him. He had a good match. He did.
I told you, when did he? Yeah, I think it was an RKO. Or a stunner or something. Buddy Murphy sold that shit.
Yeah.
His house, like the sheriff was at his door asking him to vacate the premises. He was selling it. He was selling it like it was a home shopping club, and there was 3 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah.
And they had to sell 100 Capodimonte bases. It was off the chain, and I'm like, buddy, you doing too much now. He was doing Rock levels of selling a stunner. Calm down. It's done.
You got to put the kid over strong, pal.
My God. And we know Seth wasn't doing that.
No.
You see Seth trying to sell. I don't even know them like that, but I'm just thinking about athletic ego.
Right.
Look here, Seth. We want you to put the kid over and sell.
Yeah. The kid's going over, and he just looks.
Look, Seth, I need you to do it because he knows where my bodies are buried. He's got pictures of me with Jeffrey Epstein.
Probably.
He probably does.
Well, no, it doesn't matter now. Vince has got that presidential pardon in his back pocket. It's fine.
That's right. And I think his wife still works over there, so, but...
Yeah, I think so.
They got to do something with him.
The small business secretary.
Yeah, because they know all about that.
Yeah, they had the smallest business ever.
Mm-hmm. Which brings us to our main event, because we want to leave some time.
Well, you skipped one.
Oh, who?
You skipped Sheamus.
Fucking
Did, the only reason I wanted to bring it up, did you notice in his promo backstage where he had his furry vest on and his other hat, he had white tape like he was going to fist fight somebody. And he came to the ring, he just had wrist tape. Like he didn't have the boxer tape. So do you expect me to believe he walks around like a 1920s boxer and then changes to go wrestle?
I don't know what they want to do. I liked Mohawk Sheamus better. I say bring the Mohawk back. I liked him with Cesaro in the tag team, but there wasn't much for them to do with it. But I don't even know what to do with Sheamus. But Sheamus is good. He's talented. You can always put him in with a big body. You know, you can always mid card him. He's going to turn in a solid performance. But I lost it when you said in the group chat, "What in the Peaky Blinders is going on here?"
That was the first thing I thought of. I'm like, what the? But yeah, I had to get my shit in, so we couldn't go on without talking about Sheamus.
Sheamus. Oh, Sheamus. I don't know. There's so many people in the organization. You just don't know what to do with them. It's the writing. You got all these talented athletes who are just ready to tear it down. Audience or not, they're getting better. They need to work on the piping and sound a little bit so it actually matches what's going on. But I mean, I would say take it away completely. Bring all the staff around the ring in addition to the monitors to give some real noise. Put them in chairs.
The thing that really distracts me from those video boards is everyone has a different background. Ooh, my cat did a run-in. Everyone has a different background. If you did it like the NBA, where everybody had that same gray background.
Exactly.
But you got some people with neon green behind them. You got people in their cars where it's just lit up on their face.
It looks dumb. I mean, the whole presentation of WWE in general is in a darkened arena. So why is this kid's background's white and this kid's background's his living room and this kid's background is the kitchen? And I mean, they didn't fully think that out. I'm sure they can afford to holler at the NBA and be like, "Hey, how did y'all hook it up?"
Yeah. Give me the deal on those backgrounds. Something.
You could send them. Like I know when I'm doing some of my work, they send us kind of like an overlay. Like when we get our finished product back, there's an overlay on it to make it look dope. Not much different than what you're seeing here with the Illuminati. Shout out to our producer, Josh. We know how it's going to look on the presentation, but then you need to holler at Josh.
Right?
He can work remotely. He got it covered for you. He could design something that looks tight. He's experienced and professional. His rates are far more reasonable than what you're paying whoever's running your big Zoom call. So, holler at Josh.
He'll do it for 5% less.
Period. Exactly. Holler at him. He will have it looking far better than what you got going on because it makes no sense. It just looks like a bunch of voyeurs, like a bunch of kids snuck down in the middle of the night to the juke joint and they're peering in the windows watching the slow dance. Like it looks really dumb. But holler at Josh, he'll hook it up.
Yeah. Or they could, I don't know, do what they used to do and dim the house lights and only focus on the ring.
How about that?
Worked for 60 years before.
Pumps, I'm going to ask you to calm down and stop making sense.
I know.
To bring it down a couple levels because you're doing too much now.
You're right.
Calm it on down because we're going to have to cut your mic.
You're right. I'm sorry.
So what leads us into this main event with Bray and Roman? We kind of started going down that train. Bray, Roman, and The Fiend. Is this finally done? Are we going to get a break from Bray Wyatt? Not Bray Wyatt, from, Are we going to get a break?
Well, he didn't get beat.
So we're not getting that break.
So I don't know. But who's the big bad? You've taken your 3 big bads on SmackDown and rushed them into a match with a weak build.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean weak as in not strong. I mean weak as in 7 days.
They just had a damn pay-per-view.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what do you do now? Who's your big bad monster to what do you do?
Well, they got a week to think about it because at least it's not like, how it was before where it was like Raw and SmackDown where immediately, I miss Raw and SmackDown being back to back on Monday and Tuesday. It was easier for me to keep track of.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, what do you do with them now? I mean, you're not going to bring Baron Corbin in anything. You know, he's got his kingly thing. No one cares about the King of the Ring thing. Oh, is it almost time for that again? King of the Ring. Maybe they'll bring that tournament back.
I feel like that's in between. Yeah, Survivor Series ish. Yeah,
Because Survivor Series is
November. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, maybe it's time for, Baron to get dethroned and he could put his little I park cars at Applebee's vest back on and, you know, you can put them back like that. But yeah, you're big guys. You've got the Fiend. Do you craft a whole, I don't know. A feud might be, but see, it just, continuity doesn't make sense because of the type of theatrical character that the Fiend is. And then you've got Roman Reigns, who's just kind of like your traditional voice. And now he's a heel, which is dope. But
Yeah, no, I'm with that.
it doesn't work. Like, even if he's got Paul Heyman in the mix with him now, which makes sense, they need to do something totally different with Roman and bring back Brock Lesnar or but the Fiend is such a cool, unique character. This is when I miss like the Hardy Boys and those type of characters, those really cinematic, over the top type of characters who can really match wits with him. Because there's really nobody who can match wits with him except maybe like Samoa Joe, somebody like that who is excellent, or Kevin Owens, like just somebody. Well, Kevin wouldn't even be good. I don't even know what you do with the Fiend. He's almost too good.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to keep the Fiend with Strowman, you could move Braun. You could move Roman onto someone else, but who's that someone else?
Right, right. Well, no, all we know is the belt's always gonna be on Roman. That's one thing we can depend on. It don't matter what else is going on. The belt is gonna be on Roman Reigns, especially now because Brock Lesnar is not there. So we're gonna get speared to Kingdom Come. Spears, 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 spears. More spears than Brittany. We're more spears than Sean. We're gonna get spears all day, all night until the cows come home. So welcome back, Roman.
I don't think they needed to break the ring, though. Do you think? I think that was too much.
It was like, I mean, there's some big dudes, but they're acting like it was Andre the Giant versus Kamala. Like,
yeah, it was.
bro. Yeah. You mean to tell me you could do a whole battle royal, but them two broke the ring?
Right.
At least let it be like Mark Henry and the Big Show, like some big giganto people.
Yeah.
Man, come on. Nobody believes that they broke the ring. Get the hell out of here. But
yeah.
I liked it better when the Fiend was cutting the holes in the ring and pulling stuff from under the floor. Especially since he's so like demonic, devilish, whatever the presentation is. Like, what is breaking the ring? Maybe some flames need to come out or some fireworks or something, because that wasn't it.
Oh, did you see Braun Strowman, Mrs. Q? I was watching. I thought a fan jumped in the ring, and I'm like, wait, there is no fans. Who the hell was under the ring? He got in, realized he got in too early, and got out.
Back out. Poor thing. He needs a break. He likes to eat his bison or whatever it is he likes to post about on Instagram. Go eat you some meat and chill, and you get a nice vacation now.
Take some time off. You've earned it, big guy.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really need you now. Roman's back. So, take a little break. We have 6 minutes left, and we have talked about this ad nauseum, and I know you want to get down with some New Japan.
Just real quick. They had a big show in a baseball stadium, the Summer Struggle in Jingu. I didn't love this like I wanted to. It was solid. It was better than what we've been seeing from any American wrestling companies, but that's about to change because Ring of Honor is coming back, and AEW is still good. So forget I said that. There was 3 title changes. My favorite was the tag title match. I would say go out of your way to find that. It's only 15 minutes, but it's well worth it. And the main event wasn't great. Wasn't really up to standard, but they have reversed course on their double champ that they had and put him back on Tetsuya Naito. So moving forward, I have high hopes.
That's good. I mean, look what we've been working with. So we got to keep some optimism, or we will cry our little hearts out.
I wasn't hate watching this like I hate watch WWE. Like there were things that I was like, ooh, that was ugly, but I wasn't like, oh, this company can't do anything right. So ah, yeah.
Curse you, curse you. Well, that's cool. Gives us something to look into. Like I mentioned to you off the air, I need to find me some new gear. And, maybe I might have to start straying away from Target and start going to the Monpas and
I mean,
find a better.
if it's something that I like, if it's someone that I really want to support, or it's someone that's sort of new to the company, which there isn't anymore, but you know what I mean? Like, if it's somebody's first shirt, I will absolutely buy it to get behind them and show those metrics, whatever. But if it's anything else, I am absolutely going out of my way for a crossover with either Nerds or Clothesline Apparel or anything off of Pro Wrestling Tees, because it's just the design is better, and I'm pretty sure the splits are a lot better too.
I can imagine.
So yeah,
he's probably taking like, we're gonna have 97%.
You will get $1 a shirt.
You'll get $1 per shirt, and only on the nights where you get a second tee for $1, you get that dollar if your shirt's on special. But
exactly.
That just tells me whenever I see those pop up on pay-per-view nights, they're like, please buy this stuff. We need to get it out of here. There's little silver fish all in the warehouse. We need to get these stuff out of here. Please, somebody buy it.
I can, and from what I understand, everybody that has, formerly Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, they're big into doing their own merch. And they maintain that WWE is the only company that doesn't print to order. They will order 5,000 Becky shirts and just sit on forever.
There's some kids right now in a third world country who are wearing the Irish Last Kicker shirts.
Oh, for sure.
Absolutely.
That's where all the Sin Cara shirts went that they couldn't sell.
Exactly. Or even, sorry, Sid, like the Age of the Lion or the Ebony Lion or whatever, the Age of Alexander, whatever his shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was, man, I really wanted to support my boy, but I'm like, ooh, the shirt's pretty whack. But that's neither here nor there. If you want an Illuminati Wrestling Order shirt, what Order does made by order. We will take this fabulous logo that you see for the Illuminati and put it on a shirt, and you should order them and support us here, because all of that goes to keeping the lights on and keeping the landlord from kicking us out in the streets, because for just $20 a shirt, you can help feed these starving folks.
You can feed this kitten. She desperately needs your food.
Oh, she's pretty.
She's 2. It's still a runt. I don't get it.
Man, cats are
weird.
Other people's cats are cool. I like cats, but I just don't want one. I like my little mangy mutt that I gave a haircut during Big E's match because I was.
How's the pay-per-view? I don't know. I'll give my dog a haircut. Fair enough.
Haircut. I'll be back into it. But no, real talk. If you want an Illuminati Wrestling Order shirt, holler at us, because we have this really talented guy on our staff named Josh, and he can design that kind of stuff. And so we can get some shirts. We will print them to order. And we will include an official, well, you know what? Maybe I'll handwrite you a note. Thank you for shopping, and put it in with your shirt with a smile. So, let us know if you want a shirt. I kind of want one now that I've said that out loud and spoken into the universe. So if you want one too, you got to let us know, and we will start working on getting an Illuminati Wrestling Order, because I feel like we should be a cult, we should be a faction, and we should be unified, and we should all wear our shirts like V for Vendetta. Instead of having masks, we'll just all have shirts, and we'll all stand together.
I like it.
It'll be dope. But that's it. Before we close it out for the night, Pumps, anything for the good people that you want to pander like I do, or give them some closing thoughts for the weekend?
The AEW Real Scale Ring is out. Mine is on the way, which means my figures will be here tomorrow. So hopefully look for something during the week from me. I don't know if it'll be with the Illuminati or I can bring them next week, whatever. But they're on the way.
We want to see. I want to see. Yeah, like bring them next. Oh, you know what? I think we're taking the week off next week. I think we have an off week next week. Stay tuned.
We'll figure it out.
Sure. I feel like I don't know. But I'm old and I forget things, and
I forget things too. We'll figure it out.
True, we'll be here. If it is true, we won't. But bring it
to
us just in case we are.
If nothing else, they will be on my Instagram at Pumps61.
Pumps with an S.
With an S.
And for me, thank you, everybody. I crossed the 8,000 threshold. I'm actually at 8,030 now. The road to 10,000 subscribers before the end of 2020 continues. Please subscribe to Bad Culture TV on YouTube. Follow me, Giandra LaBeouf, on all your social media platforms. Hell, if you want to add me on LinkedIn, do that too. That's cool too. Same name, and I guarantee there's not another one on planet Earth with the same name as me. So with that, make sure you are following the Illuminerdi on Instagram, on Twitter. Make sure you are subscribing to this YouTube channel. We're growing. We crossed over subscribers.
Yay!
All the fabulous content that is on the channel. There's terrific shows and streams and a variety of topics. Make sure you're visiting the Illuminerdi website each and every day. Click some ads while you're there. Tell a friend. Share the content. When you know your people work for a website, don't go, okay, here, let me give you your PSA today on behalf of content creators across the globe. When you know you have friends and family who are content creators, share their content. Hit the like button. Don't wait till you see them at the family reunion and say, hey, I see you killing it out there.
I've been watching you.
We make sure all your people are watching us too. So make sure you hit that share button, hit subscribe, hit like. It costs you nothing. It means the world to us because you never know whose eyes are on the work that we're creating, and a lot of heart and soul, not just us, but all the fantastic people who contribute to Illuminerdi and make it a success. So make sure you're supporting your people. That is your PSA for today, and it doesn't cost you anything. So with that, Pumps, always a pleasure. We talk hella in the group chat, and I love it. I'm sure we're getting on Joe and Nate's nerves, but damn them, because we having fun. So
that's all that matters.
Right? So see you guys next week, and have an awesome night.